What do we know about Rubrik, the moves they're making to get listed?
Yes, that's right. I realized that was just before Christmas when he said that, December 22nd. It's interesting. We reported last year in September that the company was planning to raise around up to 700 million, we thought at the time. Again, I think market conditions have really sort of blown out since then. If you look at what Astera and Reddit did a couple of weeks ago, as you say, expected to file this week. As soon as this week for a IPO, they could flip that S1 public. And Ed, I think this would be yet another test for IPOs. It's security. It's a very different profile to the sort of thing that we saw with Reddit. It's not chips. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Cloud data security. It is, though, backed by Microsoft, which of course has been very much the darling of choice in the public markets, Ryan. Do we get a sense of valuation here already, or sort of the size and scope of appetite for companies like this?
Caroline, I think valuation is a little bit up in the air right now, but I mean, if you think to the round that Microsoft invested in, I think, just to double check my notes, 2021, that was at $4 billion. I mean, this is a sector that has proven very resilient. I think if you look across at the financial sponsor activity in this space, you're seeing multiples that are significantly 20 times sort of forward EBITDA for some of these kinds of assets. So I think when this sort of comes around, should they flip and you have the 15-day cooling off period, it'll be interesting to see the investor reception to the results. Yeah. They're going to disclose whether they're loss-making. I think that's still the sense, but exactly by how much? These are the kinds of questions that investors will be poring over in the coming weeks.
And of course, this is a liquidity event for employees. It's also for those that have backed it, not only Microsoft, but Bain Capital Ventures, Coastal Ventures, some of the names that have put in early checks. Ryan, who else, therefore, what others in the VC community will be waiting with bated breath for the next set of names that we're likely to see after this?
There are a bunch. I mean, if you think just after Reddit, now we're thinking about the likes of Ibotta. It does coupons. They're the types of, it's the type of firm where you'll get deals at Walmart, all of these big box retailers. You've got Turo that is still on the books. There's Waystar that's owned by EQT, and I think still has some other investors of note there. All that said, I think there is a significant backlog. I was talking to a couple of sources on the phone this morning who say that, really the blowout performance of Astera and Reddit, if you look at Astera, it's up 94%. Reddit, even despite the declines last week, is still up 37% since issue. These are giving every owner of a private company confidence to actually really test IPOs as an exit route. And therefore, what does that mean versus a strategic sale?